Run your tongue across your teeth. Now one tooth starts to throb. Deep, dull, and it won't stop. There is no dentist for miles. No painkillers. No numbing shot. No one who can make it stop. So what do you actually do? For centuries, everyone thought they knew. And they were completely wrong. Quick favor before we go on. Like, subscribe, and comment. It helps. Picture a busy medieval market square. A man grips his jaw in pain. Everyone around him nods, unsurprised. They already know what's happening inside. Something, they believe, is eating his tooth. Not decay, not bacteria, a creature. This exact story repeats across centuries. For over 5,000 years, humans agreed. Let's go back to where this started. 7,000 years ago, in Mesopotamia, someone carved a story into wet clay. It's called the Legend of the Worm. The tablet still exists today. You can see it at the British Museum. In it, a worm begs the gods. Let me live between human teeth. Drink the blood, chew the gums. Ancient healers took this seriously. A worm, they believed, caused the pain. Not sugar, not decay, a worm. And that idea would not die easily. This belief did not stay in Mesopotamia. It spread to China, to Egypt, to Rome. Medieval European doctors repeated the same idea. Barbers, monks, and healers all agreed. A wriggling worm, tunneling through your tooth. The belief lasted into the 1700s. Nearly 7,000 years of one wrong answer. And yet, here's the strange part. Your ancestors likely had better teeth than you. Remember that. We'll come back to it. So what did people actually try? Clove oil was a genuine favorite. It actually works, it numbs slightly. Thyme and onions were pressed into gums. Some people whispered prayers over the pain. Others wore amulets around their necks. Every culture had its own remedy. A village healer might mix a paste. Crushed herbs, ash, sometimes a little wine. None of it touched the real cause. But it gave people something to do. And sometimes, that's half the comfort. Now picture ancient Egypt, further south. Around 2600 BCE, meet Khizri. His tomb carries a remarkable title. The greatest of those who work on teeth. He's the first known dentist in history. Egypt clearly took teeth seriously. But Egyptian teeth had a strange problem. Their teeth were worn down badly. Not from sugar, from something else entirely. Egyptian bread was ground on stone. Grinding stone left grit in the flour. Every loaf of bread contained sand. Imagine chewing that, meal after meal. It slowly ground their teeth flat. Dentists back then treated worn, aching teeth. Not cavities, sandpaper, disguised as dinner. A strange trade-off for daily bread. Eventually, herbs and prayers weren't enough. Sometimes, a tooth simply had to go. But who actually pulled it out? In medieval Europe, it wasn't a doctor. It was your barber. The same man who cut your hair. Not exactly reassuring, is it? Barbers handled hair, blood, and teeth. That red and white striped pole outside? It comes from exactly this history. Red for blood, white for bandages. Your local haircut spot has a dark past. Picture a loud market fair, tooth-pulling day. A crowd gathers around the barber's stall. Musicians play trumpets and loud drums. Why? To drown out the screaming. The barber grips an enormous pair of pliers. 3 strong men sometimes help him pull. The patient's eyes go wide as saucers. "OUCH," the crowd shouts, half laughing. There's one invention that changes everything. And it is not the drill. Now here's a twist nobody expects. Scientists studied medieval skeletons carefully. They counted cavities in old teeth. The number was shockingly low. Far lower than teeth today. How is that even possible? Remember that promise from earlier? Your ancestors' secret weapon was simple. They barely ate any sugar at all. Sugar was rare. Sugar was expensive. Kings hoarded it like treasure. Only royalty could regularly afford it. For most people, it was a luxury treat. Fewer sweets meant far fewer cavities. Your teeth, ironically, thanked the poverty. Then sugar started arriving by the ship. Once sugar got cheap, everything changed. Suddenly, everyone could afford sweets. And cavities became shockingly common. In Elizabethan England, something bizarre happened. Black, rotting teeth became fashionable. Why? Because sugar was still a status symbol. Black teeth proved you could afford sweets. Rich people actually blackened their teeth on purpose. Queen Elizabeth I had blackened teeth. Poor people had no sugar, no rot. Rich people had sugar and black smiles. So, remember that better teeth claim? Fast forward to Paris, 1728. Meet Pierre Fauchard, a determined surgeon. He writes a book, The Surgeon Dentist. In it, he does something bold. He declares the tooth worm nonsense. Total myth. No worm. Ever. Fauchard describes fillings and false teeth. He designs real dental instruments. Modern dentistry basically starts here. For the first time, dentistry becomes a real profession. He's now called the father of dentistry. But one huge problem still remained. Pulling a tooth still meant agony. No drug could turn off the pain. That invention we promised? Still coming. It arrives in America in 1844. And it starts with a party trick. Meet Horace Wells, a young dentist. He watches people inhale laughing gas for fun. One man hits his leg and laughs. No pain registers on his face. Wells has an idea worth testing. Word of this spreads like wildfire. He asks a colleague to pull his own tooth. Wells breathes in the gas himself. The tooth comes out completely. Wells feels almost nothing at all. For the first time in human history, pulling a tooth doesn't have to be torture. Not the drill, not the tongs, anesthesia. That single idea changed medicine forever. Pain relief became the real revolution. Not sharper tools, not clever tricks, just the simple absence of suffering. Dentistry kept evolving after that moment. X-rays, numbing shots, gentle modern tools. No worms, no sand-filled bread, no barber pulling your molars outside. Just a quiet office and calm care. Quite the upgrade, honestly. Isn't that worth being grateful for? So go on, run your tongue again. Across your teeth, slowly, one more time. Feel that? No throbbing, no worm. No stranger with pliers waiting outside. That calm is not an accident. It's the legacy of 5,000 years. Of worms, barbers, sugar, and one brave dentist. Your teeth remember all of it.